We won't need shades anymore, so we can just go for pure afflictors. Shades, their entire job was point defense and shutting down enemy fighters, but if we're going to have stuff that is dedicated to doing that anyway, then you don't need to worry about it. Yeah, I think that works. I would like Moras, but I would like Moras before we can get these, but you know, we kind of need the hegemony system to do that. Okay, so if we are going to go to that meta, then I'm going to need some specific fighters. So we'll need, say, 20 Thunders. What do you have? Nothing that I want. We need a bunch of these. We unfortunately do not have broadswords, so that just won't work. So we'll have to use Thunders instead. Now that's fine, because Thunders work kind of well with emergency deployment, or whatever it's called. We could get away with just all Thunders on the Drovers. That can work too. Over here, we would want Swarmers, which we can get lots of. For every 2. This would be 10 Drovers worth. That would be 10 Drovers worth, so that works. And I think I gave them both just light mortars so they'd actually go into combat. So we would need 20 of those. And that should work. And okay, let's go to carriers and just make like 10 Drovers. Okay, so that works. The problem now is that we need to get more phase ships again. Now, the bright side is that this will allow us to clear out the enemy pretty damn quickly. Now, you guys, we want commerce on you for more money. So that can work. I think it's like next month we should probably have enough to get all that done, for the most part. Okay, so Poulon. Alright, the Hybris took Karas from us. Yeah, that means, right? We're gonna go glass Karas. Yeah, we'll just glass it. That'll work for me. People will say, but you, how could you, you monster? And then, you know, we just shrug. We're like, whatever. Okay, fun. Yeah, those of you who don't know, we are going to be going to a mixed fleet of phase ships and carriers now. I'm not sure. Like, if we use carriers, might the dooms be better? But also, we won't be able to spam out as many as many dooms. So there is that. We could do like condors and dooms, and the condors would just provide point defense. That'd be kind of funny, in like a stupid sort of way. Oh, good. Excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it's better than, you know, nothing, I guess. Okay. So, first thing is first. Do we have a lot of swarm missiles? We got plenty of swarmers. Okay. So, we're looking at expanded missile racks for certain. What is Midas? I see. Alright, so we went with hardened subsystems. Is there a build still up? Alright, fleet command. Expanded crew deck. That doesn't actually do what I thought it did originally. So, expanded crew decks. I thought these would, like, increase. Yeah, I thought that this would increase the rate at which fighters come out. For the drover, that's actually useful, but for most ships, it's not particularly great. If we do hardened subsystems, it can last a little bit longer in combat. We could put recovery shuttles on there, but we can always get more crew. Always get a lot more crew. But anyway, let's slap some thunders on this. Because this job is going to be to clear enemy fighters. And, okay, how did I build this? Alright, so 10-4. Gotcha. Now, yeah, if we're gonna go with the angle that the drover is there to distract the enemy a lot, then we are fine. Let's put some light mortars on here. Okay, we need to build stuff in already. Just do that. So we need to build those in. We need to have a lot of stuff. That's too much. We could... let's see, the range on that is 600. The range on a railgun is not much better. But... I guess we'll see how it works out. Okay. So expanded, hardened. Strip, expanded, hardened. Okay, well, we'll make that there. We'll make this that. And then I guess we will test these things. The best way to test them is just going to be against the enemy. We're going to put this 14th Battle Fleet Legion away, because it is actually kind of valuable. And I prefer to only really use things that I can spam out. Tends to make life a little bit nicer. Right. So, I have a lot of officers. Okay, just auto-assign them as long as they're up here, then that's cool. Okay, sounds good. Let's repair our stuff. We have our, not really particularly deadly fleet. But we gotta do what we gotta do. Ogma! Alright, so... Cool. Let's go see what we can do about Chorus. Is there anything else? Colony threats? Not really. So Chorus is going to be down for a while. So let's head over to Rock and just see what we can do there. As we then prepare to just blast these people like crazy. We need to kill everyone. We aren't super sneaky anymore. So we have to be a little bit more careful at least. But it also kind of looks like they are harassing these guys and where's that guy? This is still down. That is still there. It's still incredibly scary. If I can draw them off, then that can work. I don't think that's going to happen though. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. It would be nice to. Yeah, we'd have to engage the defenders. Yeah, we can't really take them down right now. So. Oh, there goes one of them, though. One of them went off to do something. So that was good. Yeah, well, you know, in a lot of ways, we've stopped... It's kind of the thing. We kind of hit the end of Phase Fleet Alpha, and we kind of hit the beginning of, like, Mixed Fleet Alpha. Since we're using drovers now. Okay, let's just do a quick simulation. So that's what, 168 points? We'll tell them to full assault. And let's throw that up against a lot of hyper stuff. So we're trying to get up to like 168. Close enough. Alright guys, I just want to see how well this performs. Now they don't have a lot of the same options. That's useful so far to an extent. We're starting to run into that lag though. Oh god, the lag. Okay, well, like, sort of passed a little bit. There is a thing that is about this, which is where once you start mixing carrier heavy clay once you start mixing carriers with spaceships, you basically are hard countering two things. So how this typically works is the game is really good against burst damage. That's how the game is sort of set up. I think I've talked about this before a lot. So the game is set up to you to worry about burst damage. This is the whole overloading system. This is just how the AI works. If you force the AI to defend against, say, something that does a lot of shield damage and a lot of hull damage at the same time, also this seems to actually be really good. If you force the AI to deal with hull damage, looking at armor, a lot of armor damage and a lot of shield damage at the same time, you force them to keep their shields up and take a lot of shield damage and they get overloaded. That's kind of how the game is built to work. Let me find a more concise way of saying that. The game is designed around enemy ships taking a lot of shield damage, a lot of hard flux damage, and then that becoming riskier and riskier to keep their shields up against attacks. The problem is that when you implement anything that does sustained damage, that now the enemy isn't really able to do things. The moment there is a lot of sustained damage, the game doesn't know what to do. The game kind of freaks out. This is actually one of the reasons the hybrids are so dangerous to warships, because they have a lot of small weapons that are just all doing hard flux damage, and as a result, they're able to overwhelm enemy ships pretty easily, I think. But you just have this whole meta where enemy fleets can so this is meta where ships will they always try to keep their shields up to avoid taking armor and hull damage. However, they will drop their shields to take a little bit of armor damage so they can get more of so they can burn off some hard flux or get their overall flux level lower. The problem is, with sustained damage, they're going to drop it until it just barely hits a threshold, then pull their shields back up. It'll just go a little over that threshold, then they'll take them down again and they'll go under it. And so there's this... The game doesn't know how to really deal with constant damage. Now, there's something worse, and that is because the game is designed around burst damage, not sustained damage, you have this whole issue where a lot of enemy ships will be built to deal burst damage. They won't have a lot of heavy machine guns, they won't have a lot of assault chain guns, they'll have weapons that do a lot of instant damage. Now, there's this fun little reality here, and that is this. If you have one flux, let's say you have one flux capacity, and your shield requires no flux to keep up, in our magic world, and you take 1 trillion damage to your shield, you just get overloaded. You're perfectly fine. See a problem? So, that means if you are this little platform in front of Earth, and you have a shield, and I shoot you with something that should destroy a galaxy, you don't get destroyed. You instead get overloaded, and then it takes me like a century to reload it, or a millennia, or whatever. So, nothing happens, really. Now, this isn't really a problem with some fighters. Except these things usually don't do AoE damage. But, I want you to think about something real quick. Shields. Okay, so we have a lot of enemy ships that use... This is also why the hybrids are kind of dangerous to fighters. So you have a lot of... So we have our burst damage set up, right? Okay, so we're shooting enemies with, like, Hellborn cannons. But then it's a fighter, and then it just overwhelms its shields, but nothing else kills the fighter before it stops being overloaded. It can just take another one of those and be perfectly fine. And then another one. And then another one. And then another one. So, the game really struggles. So Medley Moore plus fleet was absolutely incredibly dangerous, right? Well, I remember I threw that up against an unending barrage set of enforcers and with like AI, and had two AI fleets square up against each other, and the unending barrage enforcers just wiped the floor with the Medley Moores. And here's the thing: so Medley Moores, they can take on pretty much the entire game and have no problem. But this one fleet of unupgraded, non-amazing, standout enforcers wipes the floor with them. Why? What happened? What the hell's going on here? Well, the unending barrage enforcers, they're set up to do sustained damage. So they're constantly firing. Chain guns are like, and the machine guns are like, so they're constantly putting flak, and they're constantly putting bullets and rounds out downrange. So what this means is the fighters come in, the fighters get annihilated very quickly, and they barely do any damage. And then the fighters are all dead. And the Moors themselves, well, they have missiles, but heavy machine guns are point defense, so they shoot down the missiles. And assault chain guns also shoot at fighters. They just don't shoot at missiles. So you have a you have something that comes into play. But this actually seems really powerful. What we need to do is probably have something try to clear those. We need something to try and clear some of that so that we can then take it down. What is going on here? Oh my goodness. Well, we might as well jump in and see how well this does. Sounds good, I guess. There's a lot here. I want you guys to all go back here. Specifically, I want you, like, here now. I need to wait for someone to move. Specifically, I want you here, you over there. You here-ish, and then you there-ish. So that they can have their fighters go out there. Now this is not going to last very long. But hey, at least we get to see how the fleet reacts to this. How our 4 drovers help the battle. Okay. Now the nice part about Thunders is that they do EMP as well. So they're not great at really hitting small enemy ships. They will, at the very least. They will, at the very least, be able to do something. They aren't great at dealing damage, but if they can clear all the fighters, it's probably good enough. Yeah, think about it. The Dooms might actually be bad for using with mass fighters, because they'll probably blow up allied fighters. We've probably taken some losses just from the Dooms blowing up our own people. But, okay, we have a lot of fighters here, so we're going to be seeing what his missiles can do. But, again, it's not much against all of this. If that was a Moor, I would probably shoot down more of those. But, yeah, the Hive just has so much in terms of, like, what it can pump out, like, ship-wise. I'm gonna have you guys go there instead. I'm gonna tell you to defend this point instead. I think that gets them closer to it. Not you guys, though. You guys just... You phase ships, you gotta do whatever you're gonna do. But the drovers, I want you to stay sort of near this. But yeah, there's just so much. And it's all sustained damage, which is nice. Well, nice for them. It's not nice for us. Yeah, the Hivers have a lot of really nice stuff. Okay, so we're using some of their tech, which is nice. But yeah. Hiver stuff is just flat out better than a lot of the vanilla stuff. Which is kind of sad. You know, it is what it is. No good, we can send in the Xenoporca. Yeah. Go after him until you get closer. Yeah, we'll kill these guys and then we will see what we're going to do from there. We might install the mod that just lets us scale our fleets with deployment points. That's probably what we will have to do, but we'll see. Hello, friendo. Okay, we don't want to be near him when he dies. Okay, good. Yeah, they could make spaceships better. They would need to do something that makes larger than frigate phase ships viable. Because right now they really are not. Okay, they're all dead. Let's claim victory. Let's get our ships back. And alright, let's repair our stuff. But yes, okay, so... yeah, the game is starting to lag too. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is we probably need to install or activate the Fleets as Deployment Points mod. We will see if that crashes the game or not, or if that doesn't let us do anything. As we go to save, this is going to take like 10 minutes. I'm exaggerating slightly, but it'll take a little bit. So, I'm going to go do that, and the next stream, if stuff just breaks, then well, we'll see what we'll do from there. Alright, bye guys. Hello everyone. Make a quick announcement on YouTube that we are streaming, and we are going to get into it. So, we have the... what is it called? We have the mod that makes it so that we are able to... done. So we have the mod now that lets us do our fleet by deployment points instead of by whatever it's called. I forget. Fleet size, by number of ships in fleet. So, what that means, first off, mine. Die, Hyper Scum. Right, so Salamanca did get to the next size up, which is great. We don't have any money, though. But we will make... we'll probably put commerce on here. That way we get a market that we can buy and sell stuff from. But let's go ahead and... we actually need to start exploring. Because what we need, ultimately... oh, what am I doing? I'll just go back to his result. Not his result. I'll go back to Oakmont. There we can drop stuff off. And what we need is a blueprint. Also, we should cancel those drovers. So what we need is just a big fleet of phase ships. So yeah, I had been playing around with Dooms and Harbingers and Dead Mode to try and just make them usable by the AI, but they're just so god-awful, it's not possible. The AI cannot fly those ships worth a damn. If you give them super long, if you give the Doom super long weapons, it will still get right up in the thing's faces and blow up. What needs to happen here is, hello, two viewers. What needs to happen here is the developers need to make a separate AI for the phase destroyers, cruisers, and capitals. Like, they have to make a separate AI or make it, function in a different way to phase frigates, because they are completely different beasts. But yeah, we're gonna have like probably around 60 phase frigates. And so we don't have to worry about that, and everything should be fine. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So we'll have a massive number of phase frigates. We will have... Oh, who cares? Go back into cold storage. Oh no, people left. Who cares? They can leave all they want. We'll just hire more people and not pay our contracts. Okay, so we need, first off, we should get rid of these. Go and put those in storage. Because again, we can have like 1 million ships now. So, no, yeah, that makes sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and just look until we find... We also don't really need these. We're going to go look until we find an afflictor and shade blueprint. Preferably, the Tri-Tachton good version, but, whatever. We just need mass spaceships at this point. It doesn't really matter where they come from. So, we are going to need this for the Xenophorica. Now, these don't matter anymore because, well, it doesn't matter that we have 3 ships dedicated to getting ourselves up to speed 20, because it doesn't matter. we can have 100 ships and it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go up to 4,000 supplies. How many crew do we need now? 500? This is good enough. The only thing is we can't really fight anyone. So let's go to Exploration and see if there are any... This really needs to be in alphabetical order. Where the fuck is Exploration? Like, man, I can't stand this shit. Like, there's always a point in my time playing Starsector, every single time, where I start to get annoyed as all fuck with Starsector. I just really start getting annoyed with like everything that's wrong with it. Okay, let's go to the tech cache. That should be fine. So it's over there in Inky. That works. Yeah, there's always a point in my time playing Starsector where I become incredibly annoyed with pretty much almost every aspect of the game. Not every aspect, but many, many aspects. But, it is what it is. I think we're, like, running towards that right now. We're, like, doing a dead sprint towards it. Alright, let's go do this tech cache. If we do the tech cache for long enough, and I think it's just getting boring, I'll just unlock all techs so we don't have to worry about it anymore. Let's see. Because I heavily doubt you guys want to sit there and watch me just survey and, like, look for research stations for, like, weeks. For, like, 10 hours. 10, 14 hours. I heavily doubt you guys want to watch me just do that. So that we can mass produce stuff. The one thing that I don't really understand about Starsector's whole system is, why can't you reverse engineer ships? Like, so we can restore ships. And if you can restore something, you could reverse engineer it. So I don't quite understand the whole rationale around why you absolutely have to find this system. Like, just if we have a ship, let us reverse engineer it and then make not a subpar version, but a variant that has, you know, extra demods, or has a specific demod that says reverse engineered or something that is just markedly worse than the normal version. Like, just let us do that. I don't see why there's this shit where, like, everything where we have to absolutely find these fucking DRMs. Like, I just don't get it. Alright, let's burn up our hard blocks. I mean, our soft blocks. Let's dodge that. Let's kill that guy. And then let's go kill this one. Kill them, my pretties. I mean, I have to say, it wouldn't necessarily be a problem if you could, like, quickly get ships from different factions. Like if you went somewhere, instead of there being, like, you know, like 5 ships you could get, there were like 50. And there was a good spread, like, that would work fine. Or if you could commission ships and just, you know, guaranteedly come back after paying up front in like a month or something, or 2 months. Like, that would work fine. Because then I'd be able to go to like a Tri-Tachton place that when we aren't at war with them, and then just commission like 100 ships. Like, that would work great. It doesn't work that way, because fuck you, I guess. But, you know, it would work. Just those little things. Oh, good. Karos is deteriorating. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, we got 3 Marines out of that. Let's go over here to this tech cache. I assume there will be hostiles here somewhere. There are. We need stuff to get repaired first. So, I guess we just sit here. So, yeah, Starsector is still a good game. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's a shit game because it has problems. But, you know, it is what it is. We are talking about an indie game here that does not have, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars behind it. Does not have millions of dollars backing it up. So it's one of those things where we can't be too hard on the devs. But there definitely are things where, like, the devs need to know that stuff is like broken or doesn't work too well or shit, so they can fix that. But you know, that's also where modders come in. So it kind of just is what it is. It's like, who fixes a fundamentally broken like system? Modders. That's the answer. Okay, come on, Ziggurat. Okay, so honey. So what do we have in storage here? Ah, I see. Cargo and storage. So all the stuff we had there before it was taken. And I would also love it if there was like a greatly speed up time button instead of just this. This is nice. I mean, otherwise it'd take like 3 times as long. But you know, something that really speeds it up. That'd be nice. There's probably a mod that does that. I know there's a mod that speeds up battle time, which is nice. Go and pick out all this stuff for me. Cool. Okay, so we won't be able to catch that guy, but the Shade will be able to. Oh, cool. That's complete now at Oshubres. That should give us some more cash at Oshubres. Yeah, I think we got a lot. Okay, so... okay, yeah, we explored that. It's time to leave. We might as well just explore this stuff over here. And, you know, hope for the best, I guess. Okay, let's go over here to Gamma Olwen. Okay, so... nothing there. Let's go to this one. Okay, let's go. Okay, we have a weapons cache. Hey, Lieutenant Tanner Olympus. Minor weapons cache down here, that's nice. We do not want shuttle. And we are getting rid of our debt relatively quickly, so that is good. We might as well just head down until we, find what we're really looking for, I suppose. We're already at the edge of the map, so we might as well just keep going and see what we can find. Then once we get our hands on, say, afflictors or shades, on a blueprint for that, then we can start spamming those out. Okay, well, there is a Okay, well, we do have these over here. That'll make us pass by y'all, but also there's debris here, so I assume there are enemies as well, or scavengers fighting over something. Okay, there's stuff out there. Pursuing sewage fleet with what? Like, what are you going to fight them with? Okay, so there's a bunch of these, so there might be a blueprint out here somewhere. Moors make nice ships. Make nice combat carriers. Starsector. Okay, well, there's something up here, so let's go check what this is. We have an orbital habitat. Maybe there will be something here. Okay, got some crew. Nice. We got a Pather blueprint. That's useful. Actually, just leave the organics out here. Looks great. There's this guy. He's investigating. Okay, there is stuff down here. We have this. Widespread ruins. Let's explore the ruins. Nothing of real value. Orbital habitat out here. That's nice. Again, lots of stuff that isn't particularly useful. We do have these, which are nice. But yeah, we should be able to reverse engineer ships at, say, a shipyard or something. Even if the version that we make is not a great version of it. Okay, so any other planets here? No. Let's get out of here and go to the next one. To World Mill. Alright, Wild Mill, let's do this. Alright. Anything? No. Okay, let's jump on to Valhalla. Okay, cool. We are making money. And there was something up here. Probably a mining station or a bunch of debris. Hey, there's a probe. Okay, what else we got? The Muir. Cool. Alright, probe. Your fleet approaches a probe, finding exactly where active Sebastian's mission specs told you it would be. What's odd, however, are the derelict ships and debris fields surrounding the probe's position. Sensor sweeps confirm that the derelicts are indeed derelict and that they are recent, well within the probe's mission operation period. You are under all stations. You order all stations to alert. Order further active scans of the entire volume with all telemetry logged to the mission file. Reports come in from your bridge crew, sensors, tactical, and ops. A small fleet seems to have been torn apart by highly energetic discharge. Weapon fire? Weapons fire? Maybe. But maybe not. Did two groups of scavengers fight over right of recovery? Did one fleet turn on itself? It does happen. Did the probe defend itself with some domain ultra tech? Sir, your ops chief draws your attention to the reports spread across your screen. I recommend we pull a fleet back to a safe distance before EVA. The salvage team maneuvers from a trio of carrier drones towards the probe, calling and confirming their approach as you follow their progress. Static crackles in waves across the feed displays on the bridge. Interference from the probe, probably. Report contact. The salvage team coordinates readings with your ops chief. Lines are secured to the probe's hull and equipment deployed. Torch ready. Making the cut. Comes another wave of static. Your ops chief exchanges an expressionless look with you as the salvage team breaches the probe's casing. Your sensors officer cuts in suddenly. Advise ops. We see neutrino surge and target. Geometric arise. 8 K-Tech. Period. Your ops chief zooms in on the display of the hollow into a hollow of the instrument package, panning rapidly through a series of heightened subsystems and annotated conduits. The chief overrides comms to give a precise set of technical instructions in short, authoritative barks. Receiving confirms as each step is carried out. Execute. Comms roar with white noise, and over-shoulder display feed flares to static. The noise recedes. Report confirm. The over-shoulder display feed refocuses on the salvage team amid a small cloud of expanding volatiles. One figure is applying sealant to another as a damaged cutting torch drifts on an equipment line. Report Blue 5, minor suit damage. Integrity good. The after-action report draws an unclear picture. The instrument package was building up some kind of energy discharge, only to be interrupted when your salvage team cut off main power. Damage was minimal. Nonetheless, you consider